Was mine on that one, Ellen Bunner, let me tell you. These Tech Impression cubes are a customer pick here. We love them, and that was at the previous size. We've extended the cord length. So if you were someone who had it plugged behind the couch like I did, but then sometimes you wanted to use it on the other side of the couch and it just didn't quite reach, or maybe you wanted it on the floor on that side versus that side of the entertainment system or bed, 5 extra feet now of the braided cord. The cord, you don't get these on most of your surge protectors. The braided cord is awesome. What it means is like no tangling, of course, but also no fraying. Really, really great cord. You're getting an additional 5 feet of that. But the cube itself, of course, is where the magic is. You have 9 different abilities to charge all at once, and none of them are going to overlap the other. So never questioning whether or not you can have 2 of the big honkers and then 3 of the little ones, and do I have to unplug the honker to put the little one in? They're all going to fit because of that engineering on this cute little, very tabletop-friendly cube. And this is so smart. 1, 2, 3, 4 of your USB ports, including now a USBC, because now sometimes the phones are sold with only the USB-C on the end. No worries, they got you here on that. Let me show you the colors. I think you guys do such a great job at Tech Impressions on your colors. White is very popular. It's always the most popular. I get it. The white's great, and the gray is great too. Gray is our most limited, however. Just 600 left on that gray. These fun colors, this one's called Sage. It's light, it's minty, it's fresh, and you will actually enjoy that bit of the dopamine rush every time you plug in your items. How cool is that? This is called Aqua. This is the one I purchased for my sister. I love that one. You'll notice here, the cords are the same color as the cubes. I think that is so cool. This one's the purple, and here is Rose Shadow. We weren't just gonna call it pink. It's Rose Shadow, if you please. We have Lori Leland here with us.
Hi, good to see you.
Were we able to get the free shipping on this?
Yes.
$7 flex pay, free shipping, baby.
Oh, I love me some free shipping, girl. That's amazing.
Me too.
And this really changes everything. You know, the big problem in our homes is we don't have enough outlets. We have these outlets that maybe are inconveniently located, or you just don't have enough of them. I live in an older home. I've been saying 30 years for a long time. I just realized my home is closer to 35, between 35, 40 years old. So this is something I needed in my house. It may be something you need in your house as well. And to Natasha's point, Tech Impressions, they do such a great job. These always go on to be customer picks. And here's what it's doing. All right, so you're gonna plug it into your outlet. You don't have to unscrew the faceplate. You don't have to get a screwdriver, nothing complicated. You just plug it right in. And look at what we've done here. We've actually plugged in 2 of these with that great little angled design, which is so sleek, so smart. And then take a look at the side view.
I love that.
Look at how low this is to the wall. So if you've ever bought something that looks like this, where you have to have your couch what feels like in the middle of the room because all of this junk is sticking out. Oh, and then of course you have to buy all these long cords, because if you're trying to get that power from where the wall outlet power is to where you're sitting on the couch, or where you've got your bedside table, or where you're using your curling iron in your bathroom, you've got to get all of these long cords, or make sure everything accommodates and fits in there properly. With Tech Impressions, again, it takes up 1 plug, not the whole outlet, 1 plug, and it turns that 1 plug into so much more. So take a look at this.
That's great.
I know, look how sleek. It's really, really slim.
You know when you move your furniture and you hear that clunk? And you think, oh my gosh, I just broke my wall. I broke the outlet.
Gosh.
I broke the I love how sleek. You could push the furniture right up against the wall, whether it's the couch or the cabinet. That's so smart.
Or the chairs, whatever it is. It makes your room feel bigger. And then it's going to take that 1 plug and turning it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3-prong grounded AC outlets with surge protection.
Okay.
Love the surge protection. So there's 5 plus 1, 2, 3 rapid charge USB ports. Love the USBs because now you don't have to have the bricks for things. And now the latest and greatest, super, super important to have in your life, C-type charging port. That is huge. A lot of things are going to C-type, almost everything in fact. Phones, tablets, earbuds, you name it, it's going to that C-type charger. And Natasha, I've been joking about this, but when you get a new product at home, whether it's a new phone or a new tablet, a lot of times we get these tiny little cords and you're like, what am I gonna do with that? With this cable that is 15 feet now, you're gonna be able to bring the power where you need it. So I'm just gonna step over here, Take a look at this. I'm going to a completely different room. Look at how crazy this is. I can sit in the middle of my couch now, all the way over here. Look at where our table is. It's all the way over there. You're not running that unsightly extension cord that has that ugly cable. Look at this beautiful braided cord so it doesn't look like an eyesore. And with that teeny tiny, ridiculously small cable and no brick, I had no idea how I was gonna charge my phone because it's a C2C type. This is how you're gonna charge your phone and charge your devices. And the beauty is you're bringing the power to you.
It's a horrible feeling when you reach to pull your device to you or whatever it is that's charging, and then it suddenly is too easily pulled to you because you realize it's unplugged from where it was plugged in.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're laying in bed and you're like, how do I have to This is so perfect, for a bed because you're going to have it there right next to the bed if you need it, no matter where the plug is in your room. And everything that you possibly need charged is there, and never a question of what is and what isn't there. Surge protections have never been more important. Storms are more prevalent everywhere. Blackouts, brownouts, they're just everywhere these days. And what happens when that happens is sometimes your devices can have kind of like an overwhelming surge, and
get
then
fried.
they can be fried.
That's right.
So we think plugging them into those ugly old brown and gray things is making it so that they're protected. Well, guess what? That surge protection expires. And if they look the way that mine looked, you may think that they're being protected by that, but it's essentially just not doing anything anymore because that surge protection is no longer valid. How long does it take until it expires?
Well, it depends. So it's taking the brunt of anything that happens in your home, whether it is that surge, whether it's a lightning strike. So they say on average, the experts tell us about every 5 or so years you want to replace it.
There's no way my stuff was newer than 5 years before I got this. I thought I was protected and I wasn't.
And so if you plug anything just into the wall, not protected. If you plug anything into, like you said, one of those, you know, outlet extender type of situations, maybe it is that that little power strip or whatever, and it doesn't have surge protection, you're not protected.
I know. I tried to get surge protection on my home when I moved here because we were having storms, and I called the electrical company, and they said if you want to pay an extra $200 a month, we'll try to put a surge protection on your home itself, but we still recommend getting surge protections on all your devices.
You still have to buy it anyway.
And I'm saying, okay,
that doesn't make sense.
For this price, for $7 to get home protection on 9 devices. It's not like it's only going to work on one of them. The 9 things you plug in are now safe to protect that investment because you have a new surge protector.
Right.
But it's also one where you're not having to pick and choose because all your items don't fit. Think about in the bathroom or the kitchen or the bedroom, the living room, the places where you have perma-plugs, the things that just stay plugged in all the time, and then you have to go to plug in something new just for now, just that new lamp, just those new decorations, just the thing that you're charging for now. What happens when it's time to plug that thing in and there's not a spot on your surge protector?
Right.
You go through the rigmarole, if you will, of unplugging this one to fit that one there in the Tetris game. Heaven forbid you unplug something that now has to be rebooted, or a new system you have to go through and call your husband or my sister to tell me, I just unplugged my TV and I don't know how to turn it on again. Can you fix it?
So frustrating.
Now you always have safety. No matter where it is you need to plug something in, it will fit.
It will fit, yeah, because each of the outlets is on one side, so nothing conflicts. I love that. You have little feet here. So you saw me pull this over to, maybe it's, your really, really nice bedside table, or maybe it's your nice dining room table, wherever you want to pull this to, so it's not going to mark up those surfaces with the feet. You can even wall mount this if you want.
She said, is that for screws?
Those are for screws. So if you want to wall mount, you absolutely can. Real quick, I know, right? You could put it bedside. Like if you don't have a table, maybe you're trying to do sleek modern, you can just mount it.
Gamers would do that.
Oh, the gamers would absolutely
Gamers would
love
do
that.
it. They want the plugs right there for the headsets, for the keyboard. Everything is plugged in. Everything lights up. My sister's a gamer. That's why I got her the Aqua one.
Brilliant.
She doesn't request a lot of items from me all the time. She requested this the second she saw it.
Oh my gosh, for gamers, if you have a home office, maybe you have a computer and a printer and you're heading out on a vacation, this has an on and off switch. So you can just touch it and power everything down if you want to be able to do that. Let's head back over. I want to show you this other solution. I'm putting that in quotes because it never really was. This is something that I bought a few years ago, and it cost a lot more than the Tech Impressions Cube, right? Takes up the whole outlet. and it only turns 2 now into, well, because these are larger bricks, only 4. So this isn't doing the job that we need it to do. Surge protection expired on this a long time ago. You had to have bricks. With your brand new tech impressions, you don't need bricks because you have the actual ports. So you're skipping the brick, which we are now calling the middleman. You don't need the middleman anymore because now you're gonna get that rapid charging with the USB and with that C-type. So you don't have to have bricks. And then Natasha, I've been laughing about this. I literally paid more for this lightning cable, this long lightning cable, than I did the whole tech impressions cube.
Well, we pay
I
extra.
had to have the long one.
We pay extra for the length, but also for the braiding.
Right,
That's
exactly
a big deal for us because we don't want, there's nothing worse than a rubber coated cord anymore. They fray, they break apart. The braiding on the Tech Impressions Cube, you're gonna feel it and think you got away with something.
I know, it's so nice, super upscale.
And the fact that it's color coordinated to the actual cube itself. This is the rose shadow. Don't call it pink. It's rose shadow, okay?
You know it, girl.
We also have the purple, again, with that same color coordination, the aqua. I really do think the sage is beautiful, but our 2 best sellers are the gray and the white, and the gray is getting very limited.
And I love that gray. It just has a little very, very minuscule amount, a teeny little peak of color, that light gray. So I love it if your decor is on the gray side. And then take a look at this. So I plugged in something quite large. This is one of my older smart plugs. I still use it because it still works, but look how gigantic this was. So you can see it takes up a lot of space, but not with that cube design, which is so brilliant. I still have room to plug things in on the other 4 sides. So this is so smart. This is a tangle-free braided cord like we've been talking about. It is a very thick cord because it needs to be safe to be able to provide for you that surge protection and give you the power for up to 9 devices simultaneously. But think about this. You know, in our bedroom, we had 1 outlet. Guess where it was? I don't know what the builders were thinking. There's literally 1 wall where you could even put the bed.
Right next to your door or something?
It's like right where you put the bed. So it's behind my headboard.
Right.
I mean, that's it. It's on the longest wall, but that's where the bed goes. So now we're covering that entire outlet. So here's what I did. Got 2 of these, plugged both of them in, strung 1 over to my side, 1 to my husband's side.
Feels like a spoil of riches.
I know, right?
It's like,
and
imagine
I have all of these outlets now.
18 outlets.
Very opulent.
I know. Well, it is because this is real estate. This is, you know, your outlets are Manhattan, really. and when you get an outlet, you know, I was looking at new homes and I was like, oh, there's an outlet in the floor? They don't do that anymore. Outlets are Manhattan real estate. And you don't get them everywhere, but it really affects how you live your life. That's where we are. That's just realistic. Now, if you have a chair in your room and that's where you spend a lot of time in the living room or the bed or the couch and you want to have everything that you want right there, always charged, this is the way to do it. 15 feet will get you anywhere. Definitely next to the bed, the couch, the chair, anywhere in the room, the kitchen. The feet are wonderful. They will not slide unless you want them to. They have that rubber backing. But when you're looking at 4 of these different USBs, plus the really smart engineering, they're even on the back side there, see as well. This is named the top, don't forget about the top. All of these are going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy to unplug and plug in all your items, which we love. But for me, the finishing touch was I had no idea that my surge protection had likely expired and everything that I thought was protected. It was like I was driving with a frayed seatbelt. I don't want to be driving with a frayed seatbelt hoping that it doesn't snap if something happens. Surge protection is protecting our most valuable assets in our home oftentimes. And if there's a lightning strike, a blackout, a brownout, just any surge at all, that's it. They're not, the electric company's not gonna call you and say, how much did your TV cost you? How much did your computer cost you? We got you covered on that. They won't do that. A $7 FlexPay can give you a peace of mind that you just don't get when the weather strikes. And that to me was my deciding factor. But I know a lot of you may have your own reasons why. For me, it was a surge protection. Lori, how many you have plugged in over there?
Oh my gosh, you can plug in so many things. So for me, bedside, it's lamp, sound machine. I gotta charge my phone, charge my tablet. Look at where the outlet is. So if it's not behind the bed, it's usually somewhere really inconvenient, in your kitchen, in your bathroom, wherever it is. So that's all the way over there. So if I had to buy all the bricks for all the things I wanna be able to recharge, if I had to buy